Work. Let's get back to work. Guys, you can't wish for magical solutions from the medical industry, right? It's wrong to chemically poison and kill others, okay, with chemical poisoning, because they can't afford not to be chemically poisoned. And then stem cell research yourself and then restore the ecosystem after mass murdering people that you talked into volunteering to killing themselves while you torture them. Look, nature doesn't lie, right? Nature doesn't lie. Okay, nature does whatever is done to it. It acts and reacts in that way, right? So when you start a car that causes cancer, birth defects, diabetes, heart disease, all that stuff, okay, stuff to pay extortion to live here, not live the Lord's Prayer, okay? The Lord's Prayer is understanding the truth of nature, right? And so nature don't lie. Okay? And you'll get people, no, these herbicides and stuff, it's not going to kill you right on the spot. You're a human being. It's a plant. It's going to slowly kill you. You're going to die from cancer and heart disease from your pickup truck and your herbicides. Okay? Scientists will tell you it's not killing you, but scientists work for the corporation that sells you the herbicides, sells you the vehicle, and asks you for money to live here and asks you to sign a waiver and sign this contract. But you don't get stem cell research. You're not rich enough. All right? You can try to kill a bunch of them before you go, but you're only going to kill their propaganda drones and their drones. You're not going to get the person who will have world peace when everybody has my robots, right? You're not going to get him. If you do, he'll clone himself, and 2 days later, after taking a break, he'll be back to kill you and everyone in your family. He'll get you to sign a piece of paper and have you do it slowly with herbicides, living next to the freeway in Las Cruces or El Paso, right? And do you understand how the devil works? Do you understand how Satan works? My kids will be stem cell researched and rule the world. And your kids will die slowly and painfully, so you never try to betray me and replace me. That's how genetic sequence, violent, raping, oppressive piles of shit that turn Siddhartha or Krishna into Hinduism, Siddhartha into Buddhism, Abraham into Jewish faith, Benjamin Netanyahu and the Killer Cats, Jesus into Christianity, and Muhammad into Islam, right? Just because a corporation calls himself me doesn't mean the corporation is like me. You can stick that in your Antoine LaVey pipe and smoke it, right? Satan will always be here, even if it comes in the form of a beautiful woman. A beautiful woman like Ruth and Esther is radically different than a woman that Antoine LaVey wants to fuck. Okay, guys? Get your Epstein files on, right? Okay, so if you are Lady Macbeth, Antoine LaVey wants you to join Satan groups and fuck him and then get stem cell research so you can keep fucking, right? And if you have kids, if the kid doesn't do everything you say, Bill Cosby's dad, I'll kill you and make another one just like you. Right? Tear it down. Start out life being eternal and grace being infinite. Okay? Do you understand the mentality of the people you trust with your money and your technology and your taxpayer dollars? Do you see why Earl, the son of Ralph and Mary, in the book of Revelation, is the one that is the living standard for manhood? Okay? Do you understand? Okay. Jesus didn't shoot his political rivals. He didn't assassinate anybody who disagreed with him about laws. He proved to them the truth about laws. And then even when they killed him, he's still the man. He's the standard of man, like me. Okay? All you Antoine LaVey wannabes out there, you are. Okay. So, that apple don't fall far from the tree, right? Okay, so you can't half-ass truthful, faithful love. You either do it or you don't. You either do or do not. There is no try, right, Frank Oz? Right? All right. So, is Frank Oz still with us? Jim Henson's dead, right? You know that ain't those Muppets' real voices, right? Just like, Mel Blanc died, then his kid did the voices, then other people do them. Whatever makes the money, money's not real. Whatever you make real, it is real. Israel? Cartoons aren't Israel. They're propaganda. I know. The Japateurs, the Bulleteurs. But yeah, I saw the propaganda cartoons. The propaganda has changed, but the lie's still the same, right? So I watched this video on John Morant, 20 minutes of in his grade and his going, and then he was he going to be, well, what do you think he's going to do? You think he's going to stay around and be one of the greatest players in the NBA, or he's going to be a dumbass who does stupid things that frustrates the franchise and has... John Morant suffers from acute paranoia. Okay. He has to be the best. He goes around people that are the same way. They're violent, sex cult, psychopaths that suffer from acute paranoia and schizophrenia. What do you think John Morant's going to do? The same thing Draymond Green does. The same thing Magic Johnson does. The same thing Larry Bird does. Talk all that smack, kick your ass, and get a statue erected of him in his hometown in French Lick, Louisiana, right? He might have been able to shoot a basketball really good. I would have whooped his ass. I had ripped John Morant. John Morant couldn't guard me, and I could guard him. I was faster than John Morant, and I could jump higher than John Morant. The only reason why I would acquiesce is to have a good time, because they would start to hurt you the moment they started to realize this little white guy is better than me. He's the best player on the planet. I had lots of people tell me that I was the best player. The professional players tell me I was the best, and the minute that we played with at the church, that Patrick, they were two guys that played at Grand Canyon University. The son played professionally. He said, "You're the best player I've ever played against." Okay. You can make your shit. It's because they knew I would play to have fun, that I wasn't aggressive, but they knew when I would do certain things, like Doug said, "Earl's so quick." And I wasn't even trying to be. Okay. When I tried to be, that's why Tony Jackson, he was 5'7" and got mad because I was 5'11", almost 6 feet, and I was quicker than he. I was faster than he was. I could jump higher. And he didn't want to believe that this Ralph, the karate kid with long hair, Cruz, was better than him. White guys were not supposed to be faster than black guys. White guys were not supposed to be able to help jump black guys. Okay? John Morant won't recognize me. He might as well be Lee Harvey Oswald or James Earl Ray. And his daddy, too. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Or the guys, those cowards that beat Steve Biko to death in that police station. It took more than what they showed in the movie. Oh, yeah. When Steve decided to stand up, okay, I don't know how many of them I'm certain that they don't let out the information because it's an Afrikaner state. He killed. Yeah, he knew they were going to kill him. He didn't get desperate. He just got up, but it took not impossible to kill. It's hard to kill. The Philistines with Samson and with David. The Philistines, by the time Samson had rolled around, they got to David, had less rules that they followed that were couth. Okay? So David was a superior athlete to Samson. Samson, the nature of the spirit conforms to the group. Okay? That's why Jesus always tells Saladin, this is his time, his place, and his people. He knows what he's doing. The nature of the spirit conforms to the group. So what is necessary to be done and how to do it, the man will do. In Jesus' time, because the Romans had become too many, physical elimination was not tangible. Like Samson with the Philistine and David with the Philistines and Muhammad with the Arabs. Okay. Okay, do you understand? Muhammad was at the fringe, is the end. Okay, just like Jesus was. Okay, but they had been occupied by the Romans. The Arabs were not occupied by the Romans. And the Arabs were not occupied by the Persians at the time. All he had to deal with was Mecca. Okay? All he had to deal with was Las Cruces. Okay? He didn't have to kill everybody in China and India that came and said, we'll fight to be the top NBA player in the history of the world, the top FIFA player. You see what I'm saying? And this is different. Well, like everybody tells me, Haile Selassie didn't have quantum computing and be the living correction for artificial general intelligence. Okay? So, it's a different world than where y'all came from. And I don't sleep with a woman with a little pearl-handled derringer under her pillow. No. I'm surrounded by a bunch of perverts that impulse people to kill themselves with technology and, invention. Great ideas. Poor minds think of things, average minds think of people, and great minds think of ideas. Gee, Himmler, what's your idea? I think we should kill all the Jews and liquidate their assets because we didn't allow them to own land, so they need currency in order to survive. And since we all accept currency now instead of promised land, let's kill all the Jews, liquidate their assets, build a war machine, and mass murder everybody that gets in our way. Damn, it's a classic of all blunders. It's a science slumber party from hell. It sure the fuck is. All right. So all you Antoine Lelay wannabes, okay? Kiss my grits. I don't care what Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and Nicki Minaj think. I am the most gorgeous man on the planet. Okay? I make Stefan Diggs look like UGLY, ugly. Your mama says you ugly. Because we are what we do, right? And I like Stefan Diggs. He's just dumb as hell. But I like him. Okay? John Morant, he's a very good ball player. Okay? His attitude and the way his daddy act, don't bring that shit around here. You disrespect women, I will fuck you up. Don't let me catch you doing it in front of me. They won't do it in front of me. Oh, they be on their P's and Q's? Oh, praise the Lord. Oh, praise the Lord. Jesus, good man. Good to go. Yes. Yo, yes. Okay? The moment I leave, that mother that boy think he bad. I know, I play like a faggot nigger and a joto negro. I get it. Like I ain't heard that all my life. Yes, I do have my wrist like this when I dribble. Danny did too. Danny Bennett? Yeah. Danny Bennett was 5'6" and could dunk on John Morant's 6'3" ass. Yeah. That man bounced the ball, did a 360 spin and another half spin and caught it and tried to reverse dunk it. And he mistimed it and it bounced off the back of the rim. And his cousin started talking shit about him, his 6'2" cousin. And I was like, that was the best missed dunk attempt I've ever seen in my life. Negro, let's see you get up and do that. I'm the best basketball player I've ever seen and I can't do that. No. I've always envied Danny and Daryl Griffith. No, I can't do 360 windmills and stuff. I'm not real good at. I can spin in the air and I'm good at. No, I'm left lay baseline tomahawk dunk, cup tomahawk. Okay, that was my dunk that I could do the best. I got little hands. I'm not like John Morant. He got big hands, big penis, right? Okay, I'm Dinkelman. Okay. You only had a few dunks you could get out of me. Okay? The alley-oop, two-hand slam, if I had somebody that could throw it to me right, I had to cup it because I had to get the ball in because I couldn't, like the rest of these guys, the big hands do. I had to do this to dunk it because when I go up and I'm flying and I'm going so fast, you know what I'm saying? All right. So the only way I could dunk was take it down the left baseline, cup it, and tomahawk it. Okay, that was my go-to. I never used it on anybody in a game. I practiced it at the park and got yelled out by a bitchy old ex-vet. I was 5'11", little hands. Okay, 5 3/4. 6'6" is the biggest my dick has ever been when I married my first wife. Right. So that's as big as it gets. But I'm told by lots of women is like that's the perfect size. That's the kind of guy you want to lose your virginity to. And if he's faithful, you never want to be fucked by the guy with the 13-inch penis. That shit hurts. Lots of women have told me that. Really. Well, that's nice to know. So you're not a whore. Thank you. Okay. When a woman's been raped into a man's complacency, but that doesn't mean that a man with a large genitalia is a bad person. It's just part of his genetics. My son Patrick has a bigger penis than Steven Tyler. Okay. And it says it's horrible. It says half the girls you want to date, and that Mexican kid would mean mug him. And my son had to try to explain to him, you're the size of my father and I'm twice the size of my father and some. That's why I'm not dating her. Just be happy you're the size of my dad. And it's comfortable for her. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Kinsey, this is Ian McGregor. Here's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Qui-Gon Jinn got too much meat in the shack. That's what Patrick... He didn't want to tell the guy. I had the same problems with a lot of guys too, Hey, man, she came to my... Okay, it's because of the way you act. She don't want to be with you because you're insecure and abusive and okay. And then with me, she can't handle being with me because she doesn't want to be with the guy that all the jealous perverts are going to kill because they want to be like you. You want to be the head narcissist in charge. I get it. No one wants to be with me. Melania Trump don't want to be with me because she doesn't want Donald to kill me and then have to lay in bed next to Donald dreaming about Earl. Anybody in their right mind would understand it. What happens is the women take the guy who plays the accountant or the Martian or Good Will Hunting and they try to turn him into King David when he's not. And then they lay in bed wishing, why can't he be you? That's what's going on. He takes me to all the places you would never go because you're not a hoe cake factory bastard who doesn't want to live the Lord's Prayer and replace it with your ego and your penis and you looking at me, Carnon? Don't litter in New Mexico, right? I'm making a fucking commercial in designer clothes. Why the fuck are you wearing designer clothes talking about? You know what messes up New Mexico? Is pendejos that won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Cero, Carnon. Cero. Blood in, blood out? No. Blood stays in here, then it doesn't come out. Okay? If it don't need to come out, we don't need it coming out. Why you have a bloody nose? Because I went through a psychotic break and fought Rocky Marciano for money. Well, don't do that. It's for pendejo. Clean up New Mexico. Yeah, clean up Nuevo Mexico. There you go. Okay. No, John Morant wouldn't have wanted to play me in ball. He'd be like, God damn, that boy kicking my ass. Well, I'm better than you. Don't worry about it. I'm only going to play for 4 years, then go marry my cute little Mexican wife to give me 2.5 children up and teach other kids. Don't be a biggest dickiest asshole, even if you're only 3 inches and 2/4, like most of the scientists that poisoned me to death. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're my little twinkle dingle, and I'm your daddy bear. Together... my son is bigger than Steven Tyler, and he tries to be like his dad. But you little dicks, some of them probably have 12-inch penises too. I wouldn't put it past them. It's quite tangible that some of the scientists that are complete fucking perverts have big, huge mushroom-tipped dicks and sit there and say, hey, Carl, give me some more hot Mexican and Guatemalan and Venezuelan girls to fuck this weekend when I come to El Paso. Thank you. I'm feeling awfully mule today. Watch out, Andy Garcia. They're going to shoot you in the back of the head. Just what we need, another fucking propaganda film in the Valley of Death. Okay. Do I have to explain everything to everybody? Yes. God, this is getting boring. It is. Okay. When I'm done, whoever builds my Adobe house in the Gila, right? The things I talked about fixing on my game, because we're gonna abolish NIL anyway. Just take the new game, and we'll eliminate the new game. Will do, and then we'll put in all the different generic stadiums to create. Fuck that. We'll just make a division. It's not for money. It's for fun. We're not trying to make money. Yeah, my brain finally hits. It'll be even more fun. We'll make a Division 2 EA Sports game. We'll make Division 2. We'll make FCS. We'll make FBS and NAIA. And we'll have the people go through with a drone, and we'll put in all the specs to the stadiums. So you'll be able to play in each of those stadiums in all the different kinds of weather. We don't have to add on extra seats if we don't need them, if that's all the people that show up at the stadium. Jiminy Quackers, I still think we need some bleachers on the other side of the stadium in Altamirano. I think once we're no longer asking people for money to go to the football game, I think there's going to be about 4,000 to 5,000 people that have a Tesla bus in Kingsville, Texas, that want to visit the Gila. And Portales, oh yeah, they're going to want to. The people in Portales planting peanuts and stuff, they're going to want to come to the Gila too. But you're going to, the ecosystem can only support so many, and and so in Portales, we will build you a little house on the prairie that's a mound. So if there's any winds that come that are real bad, it'll just blow right over the house. You won't even know it's there. You won't be living in a trailer park anymore. Earl's gorgeous. He's the most beautiful man in the 21st century. And if John Morant and his daddy can't figure that out, that's okay. Neither can Tiger Woods and his daddy, or Roberto and Bobby Boucher, for that matter. And they're fictional characters. There you go. Or Madlock and the little cute brown. She is cute. She's cute. Yeah. She's got some Nichelle Nichols vibe to her. She's definitely, quote, my physical type. But I don't think she's Esther and Ruth enough for this love guru. But I can talk like Morgan Freeman of... Okay, Morgan Freeman voice. Come on, Earl. Well, it's more of the, Carl Clark. It kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells. I say if you're going to do it, don't fuck around with it. Do it expeditiously. Jump, motherfucker, jump. That's why I threw the motherfuckers out. And do you see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I can do a little bit of Morgan Freeman. I can speak like God. George Burns? No, I never was able to mimic George Burns real well. Black guys, I've been accused of being a black person on the phone. I can't tell you how many times. I got accused of being Dr. Dre and Biggest Steakhouse. So it's like, no, I look like Barry Gibb. No, serious. Yeah. The girl was like, no, girl, you sound like you my type. You sound like you got a double dinner. You got the double dinner trade going on. You got full lips, big brown eyes, pair of brown eyes. All you hear is dude is hypnotized. You Master G's sister? Well, then I'm interested. But I look like Barry Gibb. Go look at the Bee Gees. Okay? If you like a Bee Gee, then you into me. All right, get myself into shape. I'll probably look I get into shape. I'll probably look a lot like the naked guy in New Orleans in the hotel room on the girls' trip. Yeah, that's probably look like in about a year or so, maybe 2. I'm recovering. These people tried to poison me to death. My vaccine swelled my liver up like a football, okay? And getting out is slow and laborious, and you have to go outside and you have to work. And the military's always teaching me a lesson that they're disgusting, child molesting, mind raping, murdering perverts, and they're not capable of self-correction, so I have to do it through their technology. That's what they're teaching me. I know, just like all the people. Jesus, show Earl. Jesus and Earl, me and the Father are one. I'll show you. The man doing the right thing doesn't have to suffer the people doing the wrong thing and say, them praying to their imagination to show me how to be good. No, I show you how to be good for real. Your imagine can't replace me. Your imagine, that's a song for money. It's not happening here.